Hello and welcome to Festool Live. My name is Frank and today we want to show you more from the Domino system. Jose, you are with me today the first time in Festool Live?
Yes, today we rock together.
We hope so.
What's the topic for today?
Yeah, I told you the Domino system, the Domino Connector system, and maybe some of you showed the last session with Thomas and Julian together. They show you the small DF 500, and today we will show you the big one, the DF 700, and also this connection system, which is possible to remove all these domino joinings. That means we have here these connections, and this is removable, so you can make parts together. And
so actually last session the domino was topic and all of the accessories were explained,
right?
So you see here can you point it out, Frank, please, the different accessories?
Yeah, of course, you have here the accessory, but I want to show you later. This is the first step when we start, and here also for the strips we have here the parallel guides on the side, and here also accessory helper for you. Our technical support is a little bit bad, so we go back to the works.
Make a double click.
No, it works.
Works. Okay, these accessories, you use it or you know it from the last training, and that is what we show you today also. But let us now a small overview about this possibility what we have with that connectors here. And you see here we have cabinets in different sizes. So you see here the connectors inside. Also I have here a small chair like that one. You can connect it in a really easy way. And of course I know that some of you use here clamps, of course, but sometimes you have not the right clamps, and then you can also use these kind of connectors, these domino connectors, and then you don't need clamps, and that is really nice to have. Then another thing is this small thing, only a sample, that you see how small you can use piece of material with that connectors here. And this is a magazine holder, small thing.
And what about the bigger stuff?
The bigger stuff, so please follow me to the other side, and we prepare here also some really clever things. On the one side, a bed. And you have a little bit issue with your...
Yeah, it's...
don't press technical. These... I think you don't...
I don't press nothing.
Okay, sorry.
So, but that's the way it is. We can start with the other camera.
Maybe we will change the gimbal to the other hand gimbal, and we can start here again. Of course, we have here a bed, and what we want to show the people, how you can make a joining on an edge, like that one, or here. That is what we want to show you today. And also, be careful.
And there you see also the benefit of a removable connection, because if you have a big piece like this, obviously it's good that you can make it in a small manageable,
right,
transportable position.
When you change the flat, for example, then you can removable. On the other side, you will see this stair, and guys, Jose produced this chair, and this is a sample for our training room that later we can show some different application on that chair.
Yeah, from
not
routing.
Chair. What did I say? Stairs. Sorry. Staircases, exactly. And of course for the router, it's the templates. And also we have one application.
Routing, sanding, some edge details,
right?
And so on. But Domino also was part of it.
Right.
And so I want to show you where it was used as an example. So in this connection where the two stair stringers come together. This is a combination of the traditional domino, a wood dowel, and here in the middle you see here this surface connector. And actually it was used to help clamping these two parts together in order to glue it together. You know, when you glue you need pressure, and as it is
this is not so easy to work
Yeah.
with clamps there. You need some templates more for clamping, and of course this is a really good aid, a helper.
yeah, sometimes on the job site you are,
And
That's a good
you
solution.
can glue it good together. And then I see here also, can you give me the camera, then I can show you from my side.
sure. Next part here, this was also for training purposes. We have a piece where we can do routing, and this can be inserted and like fitted here as well. And then we can show in the classroom what this is about. And this is actually the another kind of connection. So if I take this away. Let me just take this down. You see here a metal part, and this is like a spreading anchor
Yeah.
where you can put this in. Yeah, this is for the big stuff, and yeah, this is what we want to do today.
Exactly. So let us start now with the Domino DF 500, and I give you the camera back. And yeah, I told you that the guys from the last episode, they show you that connection here, but not really how it works and how you can do that. And I want to show you in a small step. We'll need later the XL version, because now I work with the DF 500. Is for me a little bit convenient.
But just for you to know, you can use it as well for this
Absolutely.
application.
But with the small pieces, is for me better to work now with the DF 500. When you have these really big samples, massive solid wood, I like it, then of course you have to use the DF 700. First of all, the Domino DF 500 is prepared with a 5mm router bit. And also I use here the 5mm Domino, the small one, you know it. But now I need also this small accessory. And this accessory, we'll bring it in place here. We mount it on that angle table. And important for you to know is when you buy that like an accessory, you have here and here two adjustment screws on that side and also on the other side, and it is really important to adjust that in the center. And for that you
Just one time.
one time, of course. And for that you have to make some samples that you will find exactly the perfect
The center.
position, the center. Then the next step is I have here these handrails, like that one, and you see that it's not 90 degrees. We have here more or less to 22.5, like that one, or 20 degrees. And the first step is that I bring that table in the right position, and I can do that with in this way, because I have some settings here. So you hear the click. This is 90 degrees, 45 degrees, and also 22.5
22,
degrees.
yeah.
But also all other angles I can find adjusted. So now I go back, bring it in place, and you see when the whole surface is on my house from the Domino, then fixed. So I have no marks or something else. So I do that in the Prisma, I think this is the right word. Bring it in
kind
place.
of a groove.
Yeah. And so you see, really easy, quick, that works. The only thing what I have now to adjust is the height in which position I bring the dowel inside. And this is also easy. I can move that here, bring that piece in the right position. Now that is a little bit I see it that I'm in the center when I looking here through this housing, and then I tighten.
And just to remember, this edge here is the center line.
Right. So this edge is the center line of my domino, and the distance from the table to the center of the domino is 10 millimeter on the DF 500. On the DF 700 is it 50 millimeter. Okay, everything is adjusted. Now I need a little bit power and dust extraction, of course.
Extract is on, so
Thank
you're
you.
ready to go.
50
Depths.
millimeter cutting depth, exactly adjusted. And now I do it in a really simple and easy way. Bring it on place like that one. Start. Put it together.
That was quite easy.
Absolutely.
Compared to the round doubles, if you have to put two of them,
And
this
Jose,
is
that is
much,
exactly
much
the point.
faster.
When I am on job site and I have this kind of application with standard normal dowels, never ever you can find so fast, so easy the center to bring that two pieces together.
Amazing.
I know it. Okay, let us. Okay, that was the question from last session. But now we start to the new system. That means to this English word
Removable connection system.
Thank you. I have here this plastic, this acrylic sample, and you see here really nice how that works. And today we have, sorry for that, a little bit issue with our second camera, with our head camera, and we try to do that in a little bit another way.
So you will need that, or everybody needs that actually. So
This
if you
is-
want to start with Domino connection system, this is what you need. Sustainer equipped with everything you need to start, and yeah, maybe Frank, you can.
This is our starter kit, and now the camera works again, so we try
you.
it. And so with that starter kit, with all these accessories, what you need for joining these removable connections. I have here some samples, and thank you to Wolfgang Reines. He's the product manager of the Domino, and he gives me yesterday these samples, and I think this is really good to show you how this works, this Domino connector. I have here the Domino connector for edge, and you see here the spread angle, and here inside the metal bolt with that screw that you can tighten here the side and the bottom. So this is more or less a small detail from a cabinet.
Like a corner detail.
Right, then we have here the middle side. So that is my bottom of the shelf, and here's the middle side board, also with two bolts to clamp it together. And the whole system works also with this, and you see it on the side a little bit, this 32 millimeter hole row.
It's the standard system.
The standard system in industry that can also use here the connectors in combination with our Domino system. Here for the middle side, and here also middle side in that way. So for your understanding, when you have only the holes,
So this would be the side of the cabinet, right?
like that one,
Yeah.
and then you need only this small screw, looks like that one. You put it in, tighten it of course, and then you can bring these here inside, like that one.
Yeah.
And this is a really nice thing to make removable cabinets that you have also possibility to, when you change the flat, that you can remove the cabinets, of course.
Yeah, and you can prepare everything in your job site, make it ready to transport, and
exactly.
you need almost no tool for it.
And also, of course, that's what we talked before. We have also possibility to tighten when you don't have the right clamps, and then you can also use here for gluing a chair or something else.
All right.
Let
Frank,
us start now
that
with
looks-
a connection, huh?
Let's do a connection. Yeah.
Okay.
So, guys, if you have questions, you see also on the top of the sustainer the QR code you get. If you scan this, you will get directly to the website, and you will get directly to the Domino website where you find information, where you can download the handbook and so on. And sometimes this can be really helpful. So, which connection you want to start with?
Can you give me 3 of that shelves?
Yeah, right. 3 of the gray ones.
3 ones.
Here you are.
This is now a really simple application, or simple sample, simple sample. And I try that we start first with an edge, okay?
The corner.
A corner, sorry. And first of all, I do some signs on it, and you know that first like that one, and first like that one, second that one. What does it mean? There's a triangle, and this is typical in Germany. So every craftsman or joiner,
I guess the English guys have some similar stuff.
maybe,
Yeah.
they do that. And our target is now to make here 2 connectors. That means here and here 2 connector to put these together. With a spread anchor, with that one.
Yeah.
How that works exactly, I show you in seconds. First of all, now we make 2 holes, and for that, and it's important to know, sometimes I have an issue, you need the right drill.
Yeah, that's actually a good topic because Domino XL and Domino 500, they overlap in the 8mm section, and to use this kind of connection system, you need the 8mm drill bit.
Exactly. Now you remember I used before the 5mm drill bit, and then now I use the 8. Is this the right one? Yeah, 8mm. And for that system, as I told you, you need the 8mm out of it. Put it in place. That's it. And it is also a really easy thing to change the route of it, and you can start again. So let me see that I do nothing wrong. Here is my mark. I want to do here the connection. That means I have here and here later my holes, and here is the hole for the more or less for the dowels or for the spread anchor.
You will use additional wooden dowel or not?
Not here. In that sample I use it now only these removable connectors. But if the sides are deeper, the side of the boards, then I can use also, of course, the standard dowels, which looking like that one.
Yeah. So also 8mm.
Right. I need a little bit power, and of course for adjusting I use now here that surface, because that material is more or less 90mm. The distance from here to here is 10, so I more or less in the center, and when I work always in the center, then it works. The cutting depth is 28 millimeter. So I adjusted here.
The maximum.
Maximum. And also important is that I have here the precisely hole width.
Yeah.
Some people ask me, Frank, is this okay when I turn this dial when the machine is not running? Really easy and simple. When it works in an easy way, you can do that. But when it's not work, so you see here in the next step, it's locked. This is not really possible.
You should not force it.
Right. Then put it on. And then you can use it. Okay. Concentration.
Ready to rumble, Frank.
And the next step is, of course, I have here and here my two stoppers. And these stoppers helps me to bring it in the right position. So now I start here. Okay. The first and the second one is that one. Bring it in place. Important is now to adjust here to 15. My stoppers helps me again. Bring it in place.
So the way you work obviously depends of the size of the board sheets you will use. So for small materials you can use it like this, but if this is bigger you have to somehow use
Exactly. Then you work with that angle table in combination, of course. I have here the accessory with that one, and then you can use it in this way. But in the last episode, thank you. you have seen that. We come back to these holes, and for your understanding, for that small hole here, we need a special template, and this is in this delivery from that starter kit. That is that special template, and I can use that here, bring it in place. So this is removable. Bring it in place. Just a moment, I do it again.
Yeah, maybe.
And that is exactly the same size like my hole for the domino dowel.
Maybe Frank, you can show it the guiding for
Right?
the drill as
Just
well.
a moment. The drill.
I'll show you this
Ah,
one.
here's the drill. I can't see it. Okay, the drill lights here, and then you see comes through that here, and we are in the centimeter. I show you how it works, but now we need of course
A drill.
a cordless drill, and it works only, sorry for that, only with Festool nails. Joke. But of course, a little bit, we have that design that it fits together with the central tech system.
Yeah.
So you can use that, of course, to the C18 or other.
But the small drill is enough?
That is enough for that application.
Okay.
Absolutely. Also, we use a little bit the dust extractor. And here we have possibility to connect these together, like that one. And now I have here, of course, my remote control and right. you see exactly the hole, and important is that when you make the hole, that this metal ring comes in contact with the template, because then you are a little bit wider like my dowel, and it is important to do that in this way, otherwise the connection does not fit together.
Yeah, Frank is telling that because when you drill, you feel first like a relief and you think you're done, but actually you're not done. You have to go a little bit deeper, like maybe 5 millimeters. If not,
2, 3, yeah.
If not, you won't be able to fit the connector completely.
And that is the next step. So we have here now these small bolt. Then of course I need screws. 1, 2 bolts and 2 black clamps. That is what I need now. I have here also a screwdriver. Bring it in place like that one. Bring it together, and that is important that I have here the right setting. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm a little bit nervous.
So we have, for you to understand, this one will get inside like this. You can actually put it inside like here. The next step would be to fit in these plastic caps, and you have to make sure that the hole of the connection is pointing towards this end, because this way it won't work. So put it in, and then I press this in, and now the connection actually is almost ready.
Thank you, Jose. Here the same procedure, put it in, clamp together, and
you need a small hammer.
No, it works. That's it. Okay, that's the first step, and now on the other side we need here this spread anchor, that one. I hope you can see that.
Yeah.
And with that metal bolt you can activate this spread anchor when it comes closer to the center of that piece, and that looks like that one. This is here. Here is that one, and now when I tighten it, this metal pin comes in and spread the anchor. But of course, first of all, I have to.
So one time you put it in and activate it, then you won't be able to get it out.
Right. Yeah. That's it. I like that also because when I tighten it, these bit holder fits also here. So you can use also the drill when you remove it, and you remove that system.
Yeah, but don't use a like a 500 Newton meter drill for that.
Yeah, and you see when I tighten it, this metal bolt goes a little bit deeper, and important is it that I bring here that in the right position, and so I can make that on both sides.
So first of all, you make it really tight, right?
Really tight, yeah. And
until
then
the end.
I bring it in the right position. That here, maybe you can see that is the small gap on both sides inside. So the next one, or the next step is I look for my sign, like that one, and here also that one. Bring it together, and of course there's a little bit too deep, the screw. So, and what I like is when you look here on that gap, and I tighten the screw, it comes together in a really easy way.
This is perfect.
It's flush?
It's flush.
Wow.
And if it's not flush, you can also
A little bit move.
You can adjust it,
But
right?
if you work with a dowel here, then of course when you have the precisely adjustment, then it's not possible to move. But of course you have here also possibility to go a little bit wider, and then you can also move it. And I know sometimes when you have this kind of cabinets, you have to bring that in the right position, that here is always flush. On the back side, when there is the Rückwand, the back wall, that it's fine. And of course these holes here you can also cover with this nice, look at this, nice caps here that is covered.
So
and
there are different colors.
Yeah, right. But of course normally you will find never the right color, but then I have also the possibility to spray it with my color. And then it's fine. Good, that's the one thing. And look at the time, so we are really close. I think the middle side, I want to show you only how that works a little bit, because for that you use these two things here. The other thing is more or less the same. You have here and on the other side, let me look at that one. So for here, and you use the middle side like that one, and
I will help you.
that one.
You will need that as well.
Be careful. So I think now you can see it in a really easy way. That is the same on both sides. Only what you have to do is that you make the hole with 50 millimeter, not only from one side, you do that from both sides. And then you can connect it here together with that two pieces.
And why you recommend to make it from both sides?
Good question, Jose. I know that when you do that from one side, sometimes you have too much splintering on the other side. Of course, you have normally the board here, but yeah, I say it always, the devil is a Eichhörnchen. And then you have too much splintering. Right. And for that I do it on both sides, and then it's much easier. But that is really easy and simple. And also when you have now here, for example, these...
And the size of the middle side, what's the minimum?
The minimum is 80, 90 millimeter, so not smaller, please. And the widest one is 25, so this way. 20, 22, 25. These are the standard boards, more or less, in Europe. And also when you look here on the side, and we have here now the 32 millimeter holes like that one, you remember?
Yeah.
Then you can also use now that one, and that here is the same distance. The same distance when you look here downwards. I removed that small. So this is the same distance, exactly 37 millimeter. And that helps you because it is the industry measurement for all these hinges, what you need for the work, and then you have really good possibilities.
And you get that when you use the standard pin. And the benefit is you don't need any marking, just use the pin and that's it.
That's it. I hope that helps you. And now, if you have some question, of course, send us some emails. But now I want to go to the bigger sizes. Or do you have some other things?
It's just a small reminder. Take a look at the website. If you have questions, you will find it on the Domino page. And if you already have the system, you can check here the direct link. And there are also other YouTube videos where you can see like Festool TV.
Exactly, right.
All right. So, you want to show something more with that?
Now we want to show the big one, the XL one. This is really important. I think that is now your part, isn't it?
It is, yes. So I hand it over to you, the camera.
Right. I make a little bit of clear table, and maybe you can.
I will talk a little bit about it. So I want to show you now this part here, and we have here two different kind of possibilities. So we have the surface connector when we want to join two materials like this in a flat way. And so actually what I want to do now is this. I want to show you how to make this. And the next step is to use Koala Connection. I already have here this ready, and this is what we will do now.
Maybe
live.
you remember we show you at the bed these Koala Connection, and also on the nice stairs from Jose.
Yeah, okay, let's start. For that I need the Domino Connector system. Maybe Frank, you can help me with that.
Sorry.
And this, I need a machine for sure. And very important, for this application you need the Domino XL, because the double size or the drilling size is with the biggest drill, which is the 14 millimeter drill. That's why it's called D14. So same with as with a small one. If you want to start, we recommend you hardly that you use like the starter kit, the sustainer, where you find everything. And so what I want to do now, I want to use the surface connection. And Frank, can you give me this one? I need 4 of these and 1 of these, and also the plastic caps. And I will show you here what are the different ways of assembling it. So this center part is always the same, and here you can click on the that's kind of a distancing.
And also the shape of a dowel.
Yeah, exactly. It's the shape of a dowel, so you can put it like this. You prepare this like that. Or the other way is, sorry, this is not the right one. You put it in this way, so it's only in the center. And so what's the difference about these kind of?
I think we can make the connection, and then we show the difference.
That's a very good idea. So then let's start. I need some clamps as well. Did you?
There.
Oh yeah. So what I want to do, I want to have a hole here, and then sometimes I like to have do a small reference.
I like it also, so visual symbols.
Especially when you have a lot of pieces, then you don't get confused.
Right.
And
it is helpful, absolutely. But do you have here mounted the 40 millimeter router bit, and also?
Yeah, I have here the 40 millimeter router bit. I explained that you have to.
Can you
use
show
it only
us a little bit in a quick step how you change that? Maybe you.
Yeah, sure.
Only to remove the table, that the people know it how you can remove it.
So make it on a flat surface, and the easiest way is you use the Allen,
The wrench.
the wrench.
I hope so. This is the right word.
Lift it up, and then you can
Then that's
take it out. And on this side, on the right side, you have like a spindle lock, and then you can remove.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
And
But
then you.
we have the right one.
All right, perfect.
I put it in. Click.
Okay.
Now it's ready. So what we have to do is we have to make some settings. So we have a material. This is like almost 40 millimeters, 38. But I will set now here on the preset possibility. We'll set it to 20 millimeters.
So why 20? Because I remember DF500 when I set the height, then I have always to set the material thickness.
Yeah, this is a very good thing what you're telling, because this is the major difference between the big one and the small domino.
Right.
So
Be
here
careful.
the material setting or the thickness setting is giving you the center line of your dowel.
Yeah.
And not the full material thickness.
Right.
So I, yeah, thanks for that. But yeah, so I set it now roughly to the middle for 20 millimeters and fix it here. And then, of course, the next step would be the depths of the routing. And therefore, you have to put 50 millimeters for this routing, and then for the other side as well, and for the top hole, so for this hole, we need like the same measurement, but plus 10.
But Jose, I think they forgot it the next.
So we just do it.
We do it, and of course you can all these information find also in our website and manuals. But I think you do it, and then we can talk about.
It's clear. It's clearer.
Right.
So dust extractor and the pin. It's right. I have here the possibility to use the standard pins.
This is really convenient. So you have here on the DF 703 pins on both sides, and you can click it.
Yeah, if you press here, all of them will come out.
Yeah.
And you just can click the unwanted pins. You click it in, and
cool.
Yeah.
And you use now the middle pins.
Yeah, I will use the middle pins.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
Of course, this depends on your application.
Absolutely.
So, you ready, Frank?
I hope so.
Second one.
Okay. First thing, you have not really dust in the air, so all these dust extractor works here perfectly. The first thing, and the second thing is this works really easy because we have so much routing here, cutting, but it looks really easy.
It doesn't look only this actually, and you will feel no like shifting or something. So the machine actually.
And I saw it because you first of all you use the clamps, and then you come a little bit in collaboration with the clamp, and then you remove the clamp and you do that by freehand.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It is no issue to do that in this way.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the next step would be to make here the holes, and therefore depends on your work setting actually, but now I will clamp this way.
Okay.
And then you can maybe you can see from the side.
When you have, for example, kitchen walls, they are much longer. Then of course you use these accessory. What I think we show you in the last videos also. That one, and you can also mount it on the DF700.
So if I would work like this,
you can use also
this would be the way to work with. Now for my setting, I will use it just like this.
Right.
So important, you have to set it here on 40.
That is an important measure.
Yeah, if you want to use this connection system, you have to use
40 millimeters.
40 millimeters.
Yeah, right.
Because this is a kind of because of this one.
Distance.
So the next step would be the right drilling depth, and therefore it's the X line plus 10 millimeters. So then this will be like that.
Okay. And for my understanding, you have adjusted here 20 plus
10 millimeters.
10
So
is
now I put on 30 millimeters on this one.
Perfect.
So actually these are the two settings I have made before I started to route, and now I just click from one to the
It's
next.
easy, yeah?
And I make sure that I'm on the right position.
Perfect.
So always, now I will show you now two different ways. Okay.
Okay.
One with the exact routing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Actually, this was the wrong setting, but now it's right.
And now you go here.
Now I put on the
Can you do that again? So you have here also a lever, a green lever, and with that lever you can make that hole a little bit wider, so 5 millimeter.
Yeah, and I show you why I do that.
Okay.
So, next one. So, make sure everything is out.
Use a dust extractor.
That's
You can.
not a bad idea, Frank.
Dust extractor is helpful.
So, now we have two ways of doing that. We have normally when you have like harder wood or normal wood, you can just put the thing like this inside, which is now here the case. But you see here that this one is a little bit wider, and I did this because when you have softer materials like MDF or chipboard, you should actually use these plastic forms, and then you will have exactly you will have a bigger surface, and this gives you more power.
More power, more stability.
Yeah.
Okay, so put it in.
I put it in, and
yeah. So this is only now example that you know also for special materials we have also solution. But normally we use the standard connectors.
So now coming back to these two different possibilities.
Okay.
We leave this open. I need the key. This is totally closed. So
okay, you have to.
You have to remove it almost completely in order to get in.
And we need one screw.
So then this fits in. I need a screw for that one.
Here, please.
Thank you. And of course I need another screw.
Okay, just a moment. That one.
So, and
so on the from my side, left side, you have down that is in the center, and on the other side you have a down. So we have in the center not a connection here really.
Exactly, it? And the reason why is that you now can. A second. This is not.
Bring that in the right place.
So press it down completely, and then you can fit it in. So the good thing about this connection is that when you close it, you see it here that it will tighten it up itself automatically. You see that?
This looks really good.
And on the other side, of course, the same. And now,
so this is a really strong connection. But tell us now why you use different ways.
So you see now on the, you remember that we had two parts here.
Yeah, right.
And here you have still the possibility to readjust this a little bit.
I know.
This is a kind of a small piece,
Yeah,
but you see now, I'm not sure if you can see that actually.
You can see that.
But now you can slightly move it a little bit.
And this is really important when you have kitchen boards, for example. And you know, on kitchen boards and kitchen tops, you need always a really nice surface. And when you have here a connection and a little bit overlapping, you feel it with, the ladies feel it with fingernails. And for that, you can adjust it in a really good way.
Or when you clean it, it's all
right. Of course.
Maybe this is the more important reason.
Yeah, of course. And here we have a possibility to use also these caps.
Yeah, exactly.
Different ways, different colors, like that one.
Yeah, so this is one way of using these connectors, and the other way I want to show you now is the corner connection actually.
Okay.
Or you have questions?
Perfect.
Okay. So I told you I want to do
I
this.
clean a little bit up this.
This could be like a bed for a post corner detail, and to make this I have here these two sample woods. So what I want to do, I want to actually join two woods like this, or later I will make a little offset.
This can be a table, a leg from a table, or also a
bed. Yeah, exactly. So here again I make a small drawing of like a triangle, then I know this is the top, and then know also the sidings. And then what I do, I will make some markings here, and also I want to use a connector, and I will use just one connector, and here a normal connector, and I make a hole as well here.
So you make now one connector like that one to tighten these two pieces together.
Exactly, and then the other one would be a normal domino.
To span it together. Right.
Okay.
You use also the 40mm router.
Always, yeah. So then I will.
And you start now with the frame is horizontal.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now I have here my markings, and where I have to align the machine, and then before we start we have to make some settings. Okay, what is important? The material thickness. Here we have 40mm.
Okay.
So I will set it here on.
We know it.
On the middle.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. The next step would be the drilling depths.
Okay.
And this is of course again the same as we used here.
Yeah.
And this will be in this case 50. And then make sure that you have here the exact routing position.
Precise excision. Yeah.
Okay. For this option, I will also use here the pins.
So always with the camera.
Always use the pins whenever possible. When not possible, you always have also the possibility to use the center line.
And you have also this triangle that we can use for different positions. And that is really helpful for the people when you make beds or cabinet or something else with a domino. You don't need so much marks or some symbols.
Some rough markings to help your memory, maybe.
Right. But normally it works. I think so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I have everything set it. Then let's go. I will start from the top. This is important, and then use the pin for the next row. Very nice. So, on the other side, I have one. I have to make one connection here for the.
Yeah, here inside.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay, do it.
Oh,
I think.
now I see. Now I see what you're talking about.
Okay. I think by myself, hey, Jose, something goes now not in the right way, but yeah, you remember.
I get it. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So it should be on the same orientation as the main hole. So
Right.
if this is like that and the other one is like that, then something is wrong.
Right.
So, and then I need the distance here again, and this is again the 40 millimeters.
All right.
Here, like from here, and the depths of the routing. I have 20 millimeters to center, and then plus 10, so I need 30 here.
That is always the important thing. So there is center plus
Yeah.
10. That works.
So actually, if you want to use the system, you need to know 50 millimeters, 40 millimeters, and center plus 10.
Right.
Then you got it.
I show the pin. Maybe I can give here a little bit closer. So you see, oops, no, that was not good for me. Do it again. I have big issue. I do something wrong. Sorry for that. Technical have to today a lot of work with us.
I will use the time and clamp this more safe. So, just wait for the...
I press some buttons. That doesn't work. Oh, they have a lot of fun behind the camera with me. But we are stuck. But now you bring the pin in the right position, and then you make the hole there.
Yeah, I use
And
the pin
that's it.
here, and if
Thank you very much.
I also can use here the triangle. So the pin actually, this in the second position, and the triangle are exactly on the same position.
Yeah, that is perfect.
So there are applications where you can use this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you wanted to show a detail here?
Do it.
Okay. So now this part is ready, and now we need the other part. So
That one.
you remember this will come together like this, and what I want to do now, I want to put here the spread anchors on this piece.
And I think important is, can you
And-
do that a little bit wider to me? More? Like that one. That we will find here the right position. Oh, where is it here? Because when we are now flush, looks
Yeah.
not so good. So we go a little bit back,
Yeah, we will have an offset.
offset, and we can adjust this offset on the tool, of course.
Yeah.
And what we want to do.
So I will, first of all, to make it clear, I will have one domino connector here and a normal dowel here.
Right?
So first of all, well, actually the routing is the same.
Yeah.
And now we have to determine
Right.
the offset.
Right?
I think maybe what you say, 10 millimeters
Yeah.
we can do.
Perfect.
Okay. You happy with that?
Absolutely. So now bring it on place, right? Now it's the right adjustment. Okay. Keep distance.
All right. So we have 25 millimeters. We have in the routing depth, and then we have 20 plus 10, 30 exactly. So
Here
this
30.
will be here 30.
All right.
Okay. Also, very important here that we have the exact setting.
Exactly. The pins are the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The second I use. So
that is really simple, and I like that the holes to make that holes.
yeah, to be honest, it takes some practice, like in most thing in life. But when you get the drill, oh yeah,
Be careful. Look always. Where is my?
So what I want to do. First, we have here the connector on the top.
I show you that.
Not on, and here we have the wooden dowel. Thank
Perfect.
you, Frank.
Not here. Do it here inside. it's better. But you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, a hammer helps.
Hammer helps. And of course, now we need this metal pin.
Yeah.
For the spread anchor.
So here you see it's kind of half of the connector only, and with a thread here. So I put this in. You can use a key or the how do you call it, ratchet?
I don't know.
So here you see also that the anchor is going a little bit deeper. This is okay like that.
Yeah.
Then you close it completely, and then you have to align the connector on the right position.
In the delivery is also a small Allen key
Yeah.
that you can bring back it
So
in the
this,
right position.
yeah. So this helps definitely. Then I need the two brackets. They go like this. Okay.
Yep.
And now I have here the domino dowel, and now it's ready.
Just a moment. We need here also small.
Oh yes, Frank, you're my rescue.
You're welcome. Joke.
I would have recognized it in a minute, in a second.
Just a moment. Like I come with the camera. So now we come together, and now you can push it like that one. Okay. So, and this is fantastic. Only what you need is the screw, the Allen key to tighten it, and then I think can I show you how easy
So
comes that together?
I left a gap so you can see how it closes.
I like that always, because
see now?
this is absolutely fantastic, and you see how strong works that connector, and this is really stable.
So
Perfect. Can you show us?
Connection is ready, and
Hey, a little bit more
yeah, normally the weight would come from this
from
side,
this side, exactly.
and then it's no problem.
Okay.
It's very nice.
And you see here the table or the bed is to a quarter finished. Okay.
Very nice.
That's it. I hope you enjoy it. These small videos from the Domino system, and I hope we see us in the next session. Thank you very much, Jose.
Thank you, Frank,
See you next time.
for the help.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.